We are taking a three-pronged approach to personalizing learning at Southwestern High School. First, we are conscientiously working together to promote a growth mindset with our facilitators and our learners, specifically watching our vocabulary and our speech and changing those to be growth mindset oriented. Second, we have goals and that we are working on to increase learner agency through goal setting and reflection and conferencing. Having these goals and working with those with our students will have them take more ownership in their learning, progress monitoring their own learning, and then setting some goals for further growth. Our third approach is we are implementing 3 types of blended learning at the high school. This year, we now have 11 courses which are blended, meaning that our learners come to school for part of the course, and then they also have work time where they do not need to be here, that they can be collaborating with their peers or working on their own project-based learning. We are also working on putting rotation model as well as project-based learning into our lessons and units, and that has gone very well this year as we continue to experiment and refine those lessons. The last thing that we're doing, we've started this a couple years ago and we are still working with it, is flip learning, where we are getting more of our lessons digitalized so that learners can preview or review lessons as they need to outside the classroom prior to coming in for the day's lessons. So we're hoping through our 3-prong approach, growth mindset, learner agency, and blended learning opportunities, that we are moving in the direction of customized learning.
With the onset of customized learning, the Library Learning Commons has become a very popular place. In the past few years, we have added 2 collaboration rooms, which include flat-screen TVs. The learners have the ability to connect their laptops to the flat screens and collaborate on projects together. Of course, they also appreciate choosing the room for personal learning spaces. We now have a 1-button studio that the learners can use to record presentations of their choice very easily.
The Southwestern Academy is a full-time online learning program established in May of 2013 by the Southwestern School Board. The program is designed to meet the needs of our in-district learners that desire an online, self-directed approach to learning while still maintaining access to content area experts. Learners in the Academy program have the option of taking 1 or more face-to-face classes to create a blended schedule of online and face-to-face coursework. A learning space on campus is also available for learners to work within school on their online courses, meet with their classmates, and receive support from their course facilitators.
To add a more personalized approach to the sculpture and ceramic classes, as well as our drawing and painting classes, we've worked towards creating a design process packet that develops the project and the piece for the artist along the way, so that it becomes authentic and it's an autonomous experience for them. In this class, they are choosing what it is that they will work on, so methods and or techniques, processes. The outcome of the piece will become individual as the potter or the ceramist works through those pieces.
When it comes to the Mustang Wellness and Fitness curriculum, we allow our learners to choose which classes they are most interested in. Our classes range from strength and conditioning, team sports, lifetime activities, lifeguarding and boating, net games, and or rec games, just to name a few. The goal is to provide individualized life learning activities with the learners that they can utilize or promote and maintain their fitness throughout the rest of their lifetime.
Here in the metal shop, one of the classes we have is a manufacturing class, and we actually partner with a local company or industry. We're doing benches this year for 2 companies in the Hanover area. One you may have heard of, which is our Utz Quality Foods. We're going to enlarge this and plasma cut it out into a whole back. That'll be the back of their bench, and then they'll have the word Utz on the side that we'll put an arm rail.
Here in the wood shop, for customizing, one of their later projects is a shelf, and I give them the plans for this shelf, and I already have a model of this shelf, but they can't build this shelf. They have to build their own shelf. So what I do is I have them change at least one thing. Now that means that for some students, if they struggled so far in the class, they can make it 1 inch wider, 1 inch taller. For those students that found the class to be easy, what they'll have to do is they could build a second shelf, or they'll turn it into a gun rack, whatever suits their needs. So it's customizing to each of the students' needs, and I can kind of monitor that everyone's at least doing a shelf, but everyone's shelf is going to be different. Everyone's shelf is customized to their own needs, which is why we do things, or we build things ourselves, so that it fits our own needs.
Our fifth period intervention is one of the programs that helps our learners to be successful at Southwestern High School. This 35-minute block of time provides opportunities for remediation, enrichment, and previewing within the school day. What's unique about fifth period is that we use an online, college-like interactive scheduler with live seat counts. This allows teachers to pre-select small groups of learners who need assistance. What's more important is that the students are also able to register for an intervention themselves. Our fifth period is based on a 6-day cycle with intervention occurring on days 1 through 4. Day 5 is for school-wide activities such as clubs, and Day 6 is for progress monitoring, with the teacher serving as an academic advisor. The students who are not in need of intervention are able to register for good standing activities such as open gym, movie room, and study hall. Juniors and seniors are eligible for early release if they are in good academic standing and have parent permission. In conclusion, our learners are successful because the fifth period provides timely interventions in a small group setting during the school day.
This year, I decided to change my academic statistics class to a blended learning style, where we meet face-to-face many days, but they also have the opportunity at least once or twice a unit to work outside of the classroom at their own time and pace. In that same class, we use the rotational model at least once a unit, which allows the students a small group setting to clarify or extend understanding. Finally, problem-based learning and real-world simulations are often used to model statistical concepts. I always encourage risk-taking in my classroom. If I push my students to take risks, then I believe that I need to as well. Trying new methods and models is a risk for both me and my students. My students are challenged to be more independent learners and have to be more active in their learning. It creates a different style of thinking and planning for me. Also, it forces me to embrace the idea that lessons and methods may not go perfectly and to grow from that. It is not a perfect process. Each time we try a different method, such as rotational model or problem-based learning, there are certain things that don't go well or at least could go better. It is a constant process of trying, reflecting, brainstorming or problem-solving new components, and then trying again. But not only do these methods help my students, but it also shows them how to take risks and problem-solve through those risks.
All learners have a voice and choice for self-directed, customized learning supported by a caring and progressive network of educators.